Hello, everybody. It is Monday, August 7th. We're going to be focusing on the neck today. And I just want to make sure that everyone understands that when I say pull your throat back, it's contracting a small muscle behind your throat that you need to pull your head back. This is going to avoid the forward head position. We'll start with a massage. Place your hands around the sides of your neck, and your fingers will come close to the vertebra, to the cervical vertebra. And you'll just push your fingers in, so inwards on either side of the cervical vertebra, and you'll softly draw as if you're going to pull the skin around the neck towards the throat. We don't touch the throat, we just bring it down the sides and relax. This is creating a curve at your neck. So draw your throat back and pull the skin. This is also going to pull the tissue and the muscles forward. We'll do that 5 times. It should feel really good. It helps to release those muscles. It gets liquid into the fascia. While you're doing it, draw your throat back. Keep breathing. Do it another 2 times. Even if you've already done your 5, just go slowly. Do it another 2 times. And I'm going to remind you throughout the class to keep the throat drawn back in different positions. Good. After the last one, relax your arms by your sides. Drop your chin down to your chest to get a stretch of the neck. Let's roll our head to the right shoulder as if you want to touch the right shoulder with your right ear. And then bring the head back down and we'll change. Go to the left shoulder. Good. Bring it back down and we change. Go to the right. Very gently. It's a half circle. Just a half circle, please. To the left. Arms are down, shoulders are relaxed. One more time. To the right. Last one. To the left. Bring your chin back down to your chest and softly lift your head. And again, find that good position, drawing the throat back. Keeping the throat drawn back, turn your head to the right, look over your right shoulder, feel that stretch down the side of the neck, and change. Turn to your left. See if you can do it without moving the shoulders. To the right. The more slowly you do it, the more awareness you can bring to the movement. To the left. And more awareness means more control. One more time, to the right. And to the left. Good. Coming back to the center, and we'll do one more exercise for the neck. Keep drawing the throat back. Lift your chin without letting the head just flop backwards. Keeping that muscle contracted, and then we bring the chin down to the chest. Keep the throat drawing back, and we lift. Look skyward, draw the throat back, and we lower. We go slowly and gently with control. One more time. Draw the throat back and lift. Good, and lower. Well done, everyone. Come back to a neutral position. See if once again you can feel that the throat is drawing back. If you're standing, let's come down onto all 4s. If you're already on the floor, just bring your feet to one side and let's get onto our hands and knees. So on your hands and knees, let's take a deep breath in, curl your spine, and as you lift the chin, think about drawing the throat back, still. Round, breathing out, look to your belly button. Here it's harder to draw the throat back, but see if you can imagine drawing it back. Breathing in, let's look skyward, curving, breathing out, let's round. Breathing in and curling. Breathing out, rounding. One more time. Let's breathe in and curl. And breathe out and round. Coming back to a flat back. Let's reach our right arm far out in front of us and bounce backwards and forwards, very softly and gently. We're sort of getting a dynamic stretch into the arm, shoulder, and into the side, the right-hand side of the back. Once more. Coming back. Change hands. Left hand out in front of you, palm down, and we'll bounce back and forth. Keep the throat drawing back. Warming up a little bit through the back, shoulder, arm, even the hips and the knees. Come back. Stretch your right leg out to the side. Place the foot down. So you're on your hands and your knees, and the right foot is just out to the side, toes pointing forward. And we're going to bounce back and forth. You should feel it in the inner thigh, in the leg, and the hip. Now we'll change, bring the right knee down, left leg out to the side, toes pointing forward, bouncing back and forth. A little bit of a stretch in the inner thigh. Feeling the hip and the back of the leg perhaps warming up. And we come back onto the hands and knees. Walk your knees back, tucking your toes under. Let's take our first downward facing dog. So here's where we're going to pay attention to the positioning of our head. We don't want our head to just drop to look between the knees, because this is not a good position for your posture of your neck. I want you to lift your head and imagine that your neck is just an extension of your back. So your back is diagonally pointing towards the floor. The head is lifted and extended. Your eyes should be looking somewhere behind your hands, maybe 20 centimeters behind your hands. Draw your throat back, and there you've got the good position for your head. Take a deep breath in and move into a plank position. And here again, we're going to pay attention to our neck. Draw the throat back, lift the head, and this time you're looking forward about 30 to 40 centimeters in front of your mat. Push back to down dog. Looking at the mat, keeping the head and neck in a good alignment. Move into plank position again, lift the head, and we want to create a habit. As soon as we get into a plank, our head should be lifted, our neck drawing back. Back to down dog. 2 more times. Let's go into plank, lifting the head, drawing the throat back. Down dog. 1 more time into plank. Here we go. Moving into plank, draw the throat back. And this time we're going to lower the knees. Lower your chest softly to the earth. Point your toes, lengthen your legs out behind you. Let's come into a cobra, and lifting into cobra, draw your throat back. So you don't want to have your head forward rising cobra. You want to draw the throat back. Keep the head in a good position. Move yourself down to the floor and rest for a moment. Bring your arms by your sides, palms to the floor. Turn your head to one side, place one ear down, okay? This is a little mobility exercise for the neck. We're going to do it a second time in the middle of class, but just getting this mobility at the beginning of class can be very interesting for us. Then lift your head, place the opposite ear down, let your head rest, observe how it feels on your neck. Few deep breaths here. Back to center, hands under the shoulders, push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your hands off the right-hand side of the mat. Press your hips back, get a side stretch, opening up the side body. Lifting up, we change, hands off the left-hand side of the mat, pressing your hips back. Back onto the mat, take your downward facing dog. Pedaling your feet right and left. And let's begin stepping the feet forward gently, softly until you reach the front edge of your mat. Once you're there, feet are hip width, knees are bent. Set your hands to your thighs and begin rolling up to a standing position. Once you are all the way up, check that your knees are soft, hips are back, arms stretched straight by your sides, shoulders widening, and draw your throat back. Feel that length through the neck and that release perhaps through the shoulders. Hands to heart center, and let's get moving. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms. Folding, elbows come to knees, hips are way back. Hands come down, step back to a plank position. Draw the throat back immediately, lifting the head. Lower your knees, let's do one push-up. Down and up, you gotta keep your head in a good position. All the way down, point your toes, lengthen the legs, rise to a cobra. Draw the throat back. Chest comes down, tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Hold it here, lift your head, looking at the spot. 3 deep breaths. 2 and 1. Begin stepping forward with your right leg first. Take small steps. Stepping forward. As you go forward, lift your head looking forward. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, lift up into chair. So here where we have curve in our low back, we're lifting the chest. We need to also think about drawing the throat back. Raise your arms and let's pull down. So we're going to pull down elbows to the sides. That's right, into cactus. 3 times. 2, 1. Come to standing. Find your perfect posture. Legs straight, arms straight, chest lifted, throat pulled back. Hands to heart center. Let's go again. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows to knees. Stepping back to your plank position. As you do that, lift your head, draw your throat back. Knees come down. 1 push-up. Down and up. All the way down. Point your toes, lengthening out. Rise to cobra. Chest comes down, push back to down dog. Set your gaze at the point. 3 deep breaths. Start with your left foot this time, stepping forward. Small steps until you make it to the front edge. Bend your knees, hands to thighs, lift up to chair, arms by your ears. Let's pull down. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing. Find that perfect posture. Focus on the neck. Hands to heart center. 2 more rounds. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows to knees and all the way down. Step back to your plank, lifting your head, draw the throat back. Lower the knees, go for 1 push-up. All the way down now, point your toes, rising up to cobra. Back to down dog. Set your gaze and hold. 3, 2, 1. Right leg, step it forward first. Then the left, make it to the front edge, into a chair. Draw the throat back, lift the arms, pull down. 3, 2, 1. Up to standing, arms stretched straight, hands to heart center. Last round, keep going, deep breath in, rise. Folding, let's see, how are you doing? Good. Stepping back to plank, lift your head, look forward, draw the throat back. Good. Bring your knees down, 1 push-up. Excellent. All the way down, getting into your cobra. Pushing back, down dog. Set your gaze at 1 point, 3 deep breaths. Stay with it, everyone. Good job. After your 3 deep breaths, left leg steps forward first. Make it to the front edge of your mat. Beautiful. Coming up into the chair. And pulling down. Remember to draw your throat and ears back as you pull down. 3, 2, 1, all the way up to standing. Refine that perfect posture, everyone. We're going to add on to all of this. Hands to heart center. Deep breath in, rise. Folded. Woo. Stepping back to plank. From the plank, you can either lower your right knee and open up to a supported side plank. Left arm comes up, or you go into a full side plank. Left arm comes up, both legs straight, and we hold. Look up to the sky, using the neck. 3, 2, that's it. 1, come back to a plank position. Knees come down, 1 push up, down and up. All the way down now. Point your toes, lengthening out, rise to cobra. Push back to down dog. Woo, good. Right leg will come up. The knee is bent. I want you to do hip circles. Bring the knee down next to the other, then circle it around to the right. Open up. 3. And again. 2. 1 more. 1. Bring the leg up behind you. Up, up, up. And kick the right foot forward. Spin your left heel down in a diagonal position. You can set your hand down on your right thigh to rise to warrior 2, or you do it without support of the hand. That's if your low back is okay. Bend your right knee. All right. Taking a deep breath in, raise your arms over your head and stretch your right leg straight. Yes. Breathing out, come back down. Breathing in, raise the arms, touch the palms together. Yes. We're going to add the head. Breathing in, look skyward. As you do this, draw the throat back. Get into the habit of it. Coming back down. 2 more times. Draw the throat back, looking up. Once more. Draw it back, look up. Back down into warrior 2. Raise your left arm and come back to a plank position, please. Everyone, plank position. Knees come down. Draw your throat back. 1 push up. All the way down. Point your toes to cobra. And down dog. Okay. Left leg comes up behind you. Knee is bent. 3 hip circles. Let's go. Bring it down, around, and up. 3, 2, and 1. Kick the leg forward. Spin your right heel down, rising up to a warrior 2 with or without support. Take a deep breath in, raise the arms, touch the hands, and breathe out, sink back down. Again, breathing in, straighten the front leg, touch the palms, and breathing out. This time, add the head. Breathing in, lift your head, draw the throat back, look skyward, and breathing out, lower. 2 more. Once again. Raise your right arm, coming back to a plank position. Drawing that throat back. 1 push-up, let's go. You can skip it if you want to skip the push-up. All the way down, point your toes, rise to cobra, and push back. Down dog. Lifting the head, set your gaze at 1 point. Breathe here. 3, 2, 1. Start with your right foot, stepping forward. Little steps. Bend your knees, getting into chair. Arms up, draw your throat back. Pull down. 3, 2, 1. All the way up to standing, arms stretched straight. Find that perfect posture. Good, good. We'll do 1 more round. Same thing. Hands to heart center. Let's go. Deep breath in. Folding, elbows to knees. Step back to your plank and hold here. Here's where we're going to do the other side, side plank. Left knee can come down. Raise your right arm. Or spin on your feet, both legs straight. Look to the sky, everyone. Hold. 3. Keep breathing. 2, 1. Hands come down. Knees come down. 1 push up. All the way down. Cobra. Down dog. All right. This time we'll start with the left leg. Bring the left leg up, knees bent. Circling hip circles 3 times. 2, 1. Kick the left leg forward. Spin the right heel down, rising up to warrior 2. Stretch the arms over the head, stretch both legs. Touch the palms. 2 times without the head. 3 times with. Let's go. Look skyward. Touch. And back down. Draw the throat back as you lift the chin. 1 more. All right. Back down to your plank position. Knees can come down. Do a push-up if you feel like it. All the way down. Point your toes to cobra. Down dog. Right leg. Up it goes. 3 hip circles. 3, 2, 1. Kick it forward. Spin your left heel down. Warrior 2. Good. Straighten the front leg. Lift the hands 2 times without the head. And now 3 times looking skyward. Let's go. Breathe in. Look up. And back down. Draw your throat back as you look up. 2. Woo, feeling the shoulders. 1, good. Raising your left arm. Ay, ay, ay. Here's our last push-up. Knees can come down. Last one of the day. All the way down, point your toes to cobra. Down dog. Set your gaze at that point. Deep breaths, 3 times. 2, 1. Okay, let's start stepping forward. Left foot first. Left then right. All the way to the front edge. Knees down, hands to thighs. Lift the arms, pull down. 3. Good. 2. It's the last one. 1. Up to standing. Set your right hand on your chest, left hand on the belly. Take some deep breaths. Just calm your heart rate down. Deep breathing. Connect back up with yourself. Well done. Bring your hands to your hips. Take a little step back. Bend your knees, let your hips go backwards. So it's a little chair, small chair position. Hands to hips for the moment. Raise your right foot. Draw your shoulders down and back, draw your throat back. Clasp your hands behind you and stretch your arms as straight as possible. Hold this position. Setting your gaze at one point. Keep breathing. Okay. Point your toes of the right foot and send the leg behind you into an airplane. A pointed toe airplane. Stretch your arms behind you. Up, up, up. Leaning forward, breathing. 3, 2, 1. Come back up to standing and release your arms. Good. Hands to hips again. Bend your knees. Let your hips go back when you bend your knees, so don't tuck them under. Let them go back so you lengthen your belly. Raise your left foot, clasping your hands behind you. Your right knee is bent. You're in like a little half squat. Hold and breathe. Good. Point the toes of the left foot. Stand the left leg behind you and into that airplane position. Set your gaze at the floor. Raise the leg. Holding. 3, 2, 1. Come up to standing and release. Good job. Hands to hips again. Bend your knees again. Cross your right leg completely over your left and wrap the foot around as far as you can around the ankle or around the calf. You could also be here just with the toes on the floor. Bring your right arm underneath your left. Bend the elbows. Either grab the wrist, the thumb, or palms together. and raise your arms up. Push your hands away from you and pull the throat back, lengthening your neck, getting into that posture, the habit of that good posture. Keep breathing and uncross everything and release. Come back to standing. Good. Hands to hips, bend the knees again. Left leg goes over the right. And you can have it wrapping around your ankle or the toes just touching the floor. But the thighs should be wrapping around each other. Left arm under the right, bend the elbows, grab the wrists, thumb, or palms together. Elbows up, push the hands away from the face. Draw your throat back, set your gaze at one point. See if you can look beyond your arms, beyond your forearms. 3, 2, 1. Release, uncrossing. Good. Hands to hips. Bend your right knee, bring it out to the side. You could be at the ankle, a little bit higher than the kneecap, or the inner thigh. Raise your arms up in a V, lift the chest, draw the throat back, drop the shoulders. Calm down your mind. Calm down the nervous system. Hands to hips. Good. Bring the foot down. And we change sides. Left knee bends out to the side. Ankle higher than the kneecap or inner thigh. Raise your arms, raise your chest, raise your eyes. Focusing your mind on that one point. Hands to hips. Good. Lowering down. Okay, we're going to get back down onto the floor. But before that, of course, we've got to do our plank position, everyone. So get ready. Front edge of your mat, hands to heart center. Deep breath in. Folding. Get into your plank, stepping back. Lift your head, draw your throat back, and let's hold here. Breath is shallow in the upper chest because the belly is strong, flat, and tight. Keep breathing. When you focus your gaze on one point, it helps you with your determination, staying in that plank. 2 more breaths. Softly lower the knees, softly lower the chest. Bring your arms by your sides and turn your head to one side, place one ear down. Here we come back to that mobility exercise, just relaxing the neck. And notice how the neck directly affects the low back. So maybe you feel a little bit of curve increasing at the low back, or maybe a little bit of tension. Maybe move your hips from side to side. See if you can release that tension. Change sides. Turn, place the other ear down, and just rest here. Deep breathing. Notice if there's one side that's more comfortable than the other. And just observe. Lifting your head now. Let's bring our arms into a cactus position. Head is up off the floor. Here you can automatically draw the ears back, draw the throat back. Keep your chest off the floor and open your legs. Now we're going to turn our head to the left, and I want you to lift the left arm, left elbow, go as far as possible, and then bring it back down. Right arm. Turn your head, looking to the right hand, and lift the elbow and shoulder up and back down. Now, if you're feeling this is uncomfortable because it's rolling on your chest, you need to lift up a little bit more. It's going to contract through the back a bit more. Turn, lifting the left arm. Look at the left hand and back down. Turning to the right, look at the right hand. And back down, one more time each side. Turn, look at the left, lift it up. Back down, good job. To the right, turn, lift. And back down, hands under the forehead. Move your hips from side to side to relax and let go. Keeping your head down, keeping your hands underneath your head, we're going to work with the legs. Separate your feet as wide as your mat. You should feel the edges of your mat with your toes. Lift your legs up. You can keep your head down. Now we're going to bring the legs together, touch the heels or the toes, and then bring them apart. Touch them together and bring them apart. Go slowly with control. Good. And apart. Touching and apart. 6 more. 6. 5. Stay strong. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Good job. Bring your legs down. Hands under the shoulders. Push up onto the hands and knees. Walk your knees forward a little bit and move your hips from side to side. Take the front edge of your mat, roll it once or twice. Place your knees on the rolled up part of the mat. Lift up to kneeling on the rolled up part of the mat. Hands at the low back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together so your elbows point behind you. Let your hips come forward. Lift your chest and again, draw the throat back and lean back as far as possible, looking skyward. Holding, or maybe you can let your head rest on your shoulders, back on your trapezius muscles, but only if it doesn't create tension or pain. 3, 2, 1. Lift your head to look forward. Come back up to kneeling and place your hands down in front of you. Move the hips from side to side. We're going to do that posture one more time. It's called camel pose. Lifting back up onto the knees. If you need to, lift your knees once or twice just to take any tension off the knees. Tuck your toes under behind you this time, because maybe you're going to take it a step further. We'll start with hands at the low back. Press the hands downwards like you're going to push your glutes down. Lift your chest. Draw your shoulder blades to each other. Throat back. Go back. Now, maybe you can reach for your heels. If you can grab them, hold it there. If it's not good to grab the heels for you, keep the hands at the low back. Do just as the first time. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Look forward, lifting your head with the muscles. Coming back up onto your hands and knees. Release your feet, hands under the shoulders. Move the hips from side to side. Good job, everybody. Good job. Okay. From here, step your knees in a little bit tighter. You could stay kneeling, or you could sit down onto your heels. Raise your right arm, bring it behind the neck. Left arm, turn it as you reach up to the right hand. If you can grab them, great. If not, no big deal. And we'll hold this position, calming the nervous system down. Let's release. Fingertips on the floor, roll the shoulders. Good. Other side. Raise it up. Right arm, return and reach. As we're working and focusing on the neck a lot today, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the vagus nerve, which travels through the neck. When you have your head and neck in a proper position, you can calm your nervous system down more easily than if you have that forward head position. So this is just another good reason to make sure that you're paying attention to lengthening the neck and drawing the throat back. Releasing, fingertips on the floor. What this means is that for someone with a perpetual forward head position, it's going to be harder for them to calm down. We all have stressful situations in our lives. We can't avoid it. But by helping the body to be able to calm itself down more quickly, we're just going to find a healthier reaction to every single stressor we have in our lives. So let's bring our feet to one side, come to a seated position, hands behind your thighs, and we'll roll down onto our backs. Releasing down onto our backs. Feet are flat on the floor, knees bent. We'll start with a perineal exercise. Arms down by your sides. Lift your hips up halfway. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, squeeze your knees together, thighs squeezing together. Feel your perineum lifting. Breathe in, open the knees. And again, breathing out. Squeeze together and lift. Breathing in, open. And again, breathing out. Breathing in, opening. Keep it going, breathing out. Squeeze in and up. Breathing in, opening. 4 more times. Opening. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Good. Open the knees, lower the hips, soles of the feet together, knees wide. Just relax for a moment, hands on the belly. Good. Let's press the soles of our feet together. Lift the hips up off the floor, squeezing all around the hips and the glutes. Keep the knees wide. Arms can be on the floor, and let's press higher. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down. Lift the knees up. Good. Set your right heel onto your left knee. Lifting the hips up again now. Here we go. Pressing up. 10, 9. Working the glute now. 8, 7. Looking good. 6, 5. Hang on to it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the right leg to the sky. Pressing up. 10, 9. Squeeze tight. 8, 7. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the hips down, bring the feet together. Left heel onto the right knee. Lifting the hips back up. Let's go. Press it. 10, 9, 8. Stick with it. 7, 6. That's good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch the left leg to the sky. Here we go. 10, 9. This is the last set. 8, 7, 6, 5. Really sculpting that glute. 3, 2, and 1. Foot comes down. Hips come down. Soles of the feet together. Knees wide. Hands onto your belly and rest. Rest for a moment. Good. Lifting your knees back up. Separate your feet hip width. Elbows into the floor. Squeeze your shoulder blades, lifting the chest. Rise up to your highest bridge. Get up as high as possible, lengthening your neck. And hold, breathing here. Ideally, the breath is really in the ribs, in the rib cage, not in the belly. So you really breathe into the ribs and chest. Lengthen the neck at the same time, and this automatically sets your throat back, this position. So your neck can lengthen. One more deep breath in. Raise your arms over your head and lower the back, one vertebra at a time. Very, very slowly lowering down to the earth. Once the back is all the way down, separate your feet as wide as your mat. Let your knees go to the right. This is such a good reintegration position after bridges. So really enjoy this position, letting go. Feel the whole left side stretching, opening up and releasing. Lift your left knee, right knee follows. Let your knees go to your left, reaching behind you. Lift your right knee, left knee follows. Lift the knees up towards the chest, grab around the knees. Just a soft rounding of the back, rock from side to side. And then moving gently into a happy baby pose. You could grab your ankles, you could grab behind the thighs as well, lifting the feet up. You could grab at the soles of the feet, inside or outside, or even at the big toes. And pull the knees down towards the shoulders, relaxing through the hips and low back. Just breathe here and let go. Rebending the knees. Wrap your arms around your legs. Rock again from side to side. Lift your head, draw the nose between the knees, and lower your head down softly to the earth. Grabbing the right knee, let's stretch the left leg onto the mat. Good. Draw a nice big circle with the right foot. And let's change the direction of the circle. Let's flex the right foot and stretch your right leg to the sky. Grab behind the leg, pull the leg towards you, keeping a little curve in the low back. Be sure you don't press your low back to the earth. You want to keep that curve. And hold the position. As you release, let's bend both knees. Cross the right ankle over the left thigh. Grab around the legs and pull the knees towards the chest and hold. All the while, when you do these stretches, think about lengthening your neck, because all these stretches do affect your neck as well. Draw the throat back. Bring the left foot flat on the floor. Allow your knees to go to your left. Right arm out to the side and turn the head. Look at the right hand. Spinal twist. All of these final postures are very restorative. Good. Raise your right arm, roll to your left-hand side. And of course, these postures not only stretch out the muscles, grab a hold of the right ankle, push the knee behind your head forward. They help to release any lactic acid buildup, as well as just bringing your nervous system back to a calm, relaxed state, getting you prepared for a deeper relaxation at the end of class. Bring your right knee to your right shoulder and roll back onto your back. Both knees towards the chest, rock a bit from side to side. Then lift the head, nose between the knees. Lowering your head down, stretching your right leg onto the mat. Flex your left foot and stretch it to the sky, keeping that curve in the low back. Hold the leg towards you and breathe deeply. Good. Crossing your left ankle over your right thigh, grab around the legs, pull the knees towards you and hold. Good. Right foot onto the floor, let the knees fall to the right. Turn your head to the left. Spinal twist. Rolling all the way to the right hand side. Grab your left ankle, knee behind you, hip forward. Support your head with your right arm so that your neck is aligned. Left knee to the shoulder, rolling back softly onto your back. Both knees up to the chest one more time. Lift your head, nose between the knees. Lowering the head down and stretching one leg at a time onto your mat. Set your hands onto your belly now. Find a good position for your body to be able to relax. And as you breathe, allow your upper belly to expand and release. No need to take it to the lower belly. Just keep your breath in your upper belly. So this helps to move the diaphragm. And as you move the diaphragm massages the vagus nerve, which passes down from the brain through the neck, down to your internal organs, the heart, the lungs, as well as your digestive system. So nervousness and anxiety that you might feel in the belly could be the vagus nerve acting up. And when you calm it, calm the activity, it calms the nervous system, it calms the vagus nerve, and your heart rate comes down, your breathing pattern comes down, slower breaths, and you can relax more easily after a stressful situation. Just take a moment to imagine this connection from the brain down through the neck to the internal organs. And imagine it becomes a pulsing light. Your brain sends messages. Pulsing light of calm, tranquility, and serenity. Calm, tranquility, and serenity. Calm, tranquility, and serenity. Begin breathing now more deeply and slowly. Finding your breath. And begin moving your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, raise your arms over your head and stretch from fingers to toes. Good. Good. Bring your knees up against your chest and squeeze the knees against the chest. That's right. Rock a bit from side to side, coming back. Right arm to the right ear, roll to your right hand side. Setting both hands down in front of you, lift yourself from the side, coming to a seated position. Good job, everyone. Very nice. And let's rub our hands together. Bring your hands over your face, softly tap around your eyes, shaking out. Let's do that one more time, rubbing the hands together. Hands come over the face, softly tapping around the eyes, shaking out, hands to your heart center. Have a wonderful afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining. Namaste. Good job. Yes.